Okay. We do have the Midgard in the end. But nonetheless, you're gonna be there right about now already. And well, it's going to be the Midgard that, well, Shelty didn't want at the very start. And it set him on a certain path, and therefore it's gonna be Great Hunt immediately on one extra Kawi. That's where, of course, desperation sets in. Yeah, Great Hunt for one cow. Wow. Okay. Yes, of course, that's gonna be right now movement speed for the Villageros. And Villageros at this point right now coming up, whereas to the top, that's going to be Dog into a bit more of an unfortunate position for Momo. Still should be having some decent fish around, but nonetheless, I'm kinda seeing it maybe a bit more easier. And more probable right about now for Mr. Shelton to be having some opportunity. No, and I guess you just at this point having to be waiting for a bit longer to discover some good food here on the left side, luckily for Shelty, so it's not gonna be completely at this point screwed up by the map. No, there gonna be some walruses in the middle and whatever, but still looking forward to how this map is gonna be there for playing out for the Norse. I'm really thinking this is not a terrible one, considering that Momo is gonna be playing with Hades. Again, if he were Zeus, I'll be maybe a bit more concerned if I were Shelty, but with Hades, I'm a bit less so. Thinking it's gonna be having a bit easier time potentially playing here. As obviously the Hades is just like never gonna be that aggressive. Fighting on water here is very tricky, so you don't entirely want to be necessarily doing it if you don't have to, because the defender's advantage is absolutely massive before you go through your own base, and from your own base into the other one, that's like a minute. So you're just gonna be advancing late, getting so much there, but if you can kind of skip that, and just basically start with a bit of a ramp into food, for the Norse especially, then you can theoretically have very mean, fresh, or the kind of fresh and quick attack and fast one into the classical age. So I do look forward if maybe that's gonna be the general game plan for Mr. Max Train and K. Shelty. As you can see, Arrows of the Alpha. Ah well, not a bad one. Could be helping with some tower defense, maybe even with the dogs. But okay. Okay, I can see some extra food here to the right. That's gonna be just elks. Plenty of them though. So he might be actually wanting to even take those as well. As you can see here, that so far he's gonna be happy because he goes for the water build order on the cowies. But he's gonna be able to switch into a good hunt very early. And I do wonder if maybe he wants to be going first to the top side, even then to the left. Because this is gonna be a bit shorter movement then. Potentially having some bear, some walruses. I'll be maybe liking if he went here. Thinking it might be slightly better. As it's gonna be a second dog for more efficiency on the water for Momo. He's probably gonna be there for advancing a bit later than only like 4:30. Exactly utilizing the fact that the defender's advantage is real here. Quite a bit so. Can say it now 15 villages of course for Momo. Logically he's gonna be ahead because he need to be making the ox carts for the Norse. So that's nothing to be concerned about for the time being. As the front DCs now, they seem to be a bit closer to Shelty actually, both of them. As an interesting gold from Momo's point of view. As far as this combination in general goes between them. This one is not as nice. Not as nice. And we do see how many gold mines. That's an excellent gold mine, by the way, for Shelty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna be one extra gold mine here next to the back TC as well. So, seems like that also Momo is gonna be having that kind of position too. Can see it now, Mominho getting ready for Shelton. He, at this point, is gonna be having the Freya already clicked in. 5-minute advance. And is he gonna be bothering with extra dog? Because you can see this is a bit of a sad spawn here. Yeah, I will be checking that out as well, just in case. Okay, nothing there. But definitely correct move at this point for him. To just make sure. So, it's a bit of a funny spawn though. Maybe that's gonna be triplet here. But he probably is gonna be having to go all the way here to the south. Seems like that Midgard is not gonna be letting at this point Shelty rest too much. In the end, nothing there. Yeah, this is a pretty stupid spawn for him. But looking at the other side, it's not much better for Momo. Kenzie also has to be effectively going all the way into the corner. As you can see here to the south side. No, yeah, well, the map is basically not better for Momo. It's fairly the same for both of the players. As we do see right now, Temple quite a bit defensively at home. Athena coming forward, sure, and of course, but obviously it's going to be quite a bit late as well, exactly realizing what the map is. And I do wonder, okay, that's not beyond the TC, but it's still actually excellently protected, unless of course this will be burned down altogether. But still not too terrible. Sentinels immediately, as he's of course thinking the attack is gonna be coming and he's not gonna be planning on the second TC too early. Forest Fire could actually somewhat suck. But nonetheless, the gold mine is gonna be still pretty safe here on the left side, unless the Forest Fire came here, which is kinda a bit less likely, to be honest. Maybe a bit less likely. So we're gonna be making some longboat. Immediate, of course, Pursein. Longboaty not through right, but are we gonna be seeing, of course, some also boaties ready for Mominho. Pursein first and foremost. Correctamente, especially on Midgard. Impatiently waiting for a potential click of the boat. Ah, there we go. Okay, so 1 into 3 RMS. Seems like it may be only 1 auto queue so far. Whereas for the opponent, it seems like it's gonna be double auto queue, so the water fight will be real. Maybe a bit surprised. I was probably expecting it's gonna be a bit more of a land fight. But apparently Shelty is not about to give up on that too easily and too early. Still will be wanting to play. With that, as so far he's not therefore gonna be gathering any hunt whatsoever. He will be fully relying only on currently his farming of the seas. Short break. Let's maybe check out therefore if there's some upgrade coming up somewhere. And Dax pickaxe ready. Archer range getting prepared. And Dax pickaxe also for Shelty. I'm thinking Rappel was probably still having that Golden League 2 and Age of Empires 4. Might have been still having some continuation. I'm not really sure if he still played today, but maybe. I haven't entirely noticed what the bracket was for there, but could have been the case. Because he was streaming some early games. And then he stopped, so I'm not sure. But maybe that was the reason in there for him. Fairly similar resources. You can see a bit of a hard echo for Momo on the water. With a few longboats on the left. To the right side it's gonna be 2 versus 2. Now this is also, as I said, this early water fight on Midgard is always so annoying to do and untake. Because you're gonna be just, when you arrive on the opponent's side, unless you'll be of course going in the same direction, like for example here, then you're gonna be mostly actually arriving into the spot where he's gonna be having way more boats than you. And you just can't be of course sending the reinforcements there quickly enough. So in the end you're just gonna be fighting somewhere in the middle of the seas, instead of just like engaging in the fishing boats or whatever. That's why also in the olden times when he used to play, or when I used to play as well, we actually fairly commonly ignored water on Midgard completely. As in like not fighting for it, sorry for the bump. And just kinda going straight for the land. This is probably gonna be Forest Fire, I guess. Okay, hopefully it's not gonna be casting it anymore. I was kinda thinking he might be actually casting just to be burning them there a bit more reliably. But apparently he's kinda thought that maybe just the cavalry is gonna be enough for him. Seems like it so. No, and with of course the army preparation already from Momo. No, this is gonna be at this point set up for quite a proper gameplay and quite a proper game therefore. Okay, gonna be ready right about now with no bit of an advantage here for Apple possibly. Fortunately he wasn't paying full attention here, so he already received some DPS. But like luckily it looks like the one who is, and that could be of course destroyed a bit after. And soon after it's gonna be still up, so we can see more efficiency for currently Shelty. But on the other side it looks like that maybe Momo is gonna be the one to get some kind of edge. So you're gonna be having, what is it, 5 against 5. So okay, let's scratch the edge idea. And it's gonna be in the end actually a bit of an advantage for Shelty on the water fight. And he's also getting some quick scuddy, even watchtowers. Which begs a question if maybe he's gonna be wanting to drop something somewhere. But it's gonna be more of a reaction to the fact that he's right now getting attacked himself. And he doesn't want to be really heading home necessarily. With all the units he's right now attacking with. As he's having some nice opportunities on raids against the woodies. Well, looks like really that he's gonna be already having to maybe just abandon the premises. The sentinels are just a bit too strong here, and the forest fire Entirely thinking that it's gonna be necessary right now, the good timing for that, but nonetheless, he's gonna be at this point having some opportunity to therefore defend at home. You can see Underworld auto queues are not entirely working anymore, no, and therefore has to be winning on his own, which seems like that maybe could be so far working. Simas on the top side, the remainder of from the earlier fights is gonna be apparently doing pretty well here still, with unfortunately Momo taking quite a bit longer before he's gonna be getting ready. Should be probably Aphrodite, I'm expecting. As far as his heroic age is gonna be concerned. Not entirely certain that right now Underworld Passage should be that much of a great option here. I mean, like, it wouldn't be bad. It still can be doing some nice things with it, but I'll be probably liking the Aphrodite at least slightly more here. Lots of Erebus seems to be missing, therefore, I guess, probably Armory. Okay, that's gonna be the Apollon. So in the end, he really is gonna be trusting the Apollon anyway. Okay. I mean, like, he can still, of course, then repeat potentially the attack against the gold miners. So it is, I guess, some kind of option after. So I guess why not? But looking at the armies, you can see right now the pop limit is 104 for Shelty, is missing a house. So on the other side, we're gonna be fully popped. 35 villages for Momo. 14 fishing boats. He's actually having quite a bit stronger economy currently. That might be a bit of a problem, as Max Train has to be right about now freezing the enemy army. And is he gonna be able to utilize it to maybe get himself some TC? So far doesn't seem so, as also Momo is gonna be switching onto gold mine number 2. Okay, double base upgrades. You can see on the other side for Shelty it's gonna be the same. Medium infantry archerinos, copper mail there as well. Whereas Shelty is gonna be now currently having the problem with the gold exactly, but he's already moved into another one. You can see this one is nicely camped by Momo, waiting for the underworld maybe, but he's on the other one. Sneaky, sneaky, as otherwise the water seems to be at this point going pretty damn well. For Mr. Shelton, whereas, well, pretty damn well. No, it's not entirely true, because you can see he's having a bit of an issue dealing with the army next to his own dogs. So it seems like it maybe both players are gonna be somewhat coincidentally losing the water. Okay, restoration right after, because he doesn't want to be losing it all, because possibly rebuilding it now could be proving a bit more challenging than you'll be liking. Especially since he got the medium upgrades, you can see even copper mail on top of it. So we are missing, for example, medium infantry. For Shelty, who's gonna be either invested into cavalry. Sarissa for the Hoplite has melee resistance. Getting ready and done. No, and further down the line, at this point, just gonna like, no, any kind of scouting unfortunately for Shelty on the left side. You can see he's just gonna camping with Raven instead of trying to find where the opponent is going to be on the gold. So I'm thinking that's a bit of an opportunity maybe also for improvement on that, but nonetheless he's gonna be finding still gold to the right. So I do wonder if maybe he's gonna be thinking this is the only gold mine that right now Momo is using, and therefore he's gonna be safe, the Greek player, on the left one. Could very easily be actually the case. Right now Shelty is gonna be focusing here, same as there's gonna be counter focus on Shelty's gold miners actually, but with Hiron right now, that looks like that probably the Frost Giants are gonna be able to fix this. But well, of course the economy is still hurting for Mr. Shelton. But at least you can say it now on the village account, there's not any kind of difference currently. And looks like it maybe even Shelty is having some slightly better fights. Medium Raiders, nothing further in there. Medium Hoplites. Yeah, the melee resistance already at 47%. Wow. Half basically damage reduction from anything that the Norse can field against him. That's not bad at all. Okay, Frost Giant defense. Still no further economical upgrades. Otherwise on the water it looks like that we have...
Are you ready?
Okay, so it seems like that right now actually Shelty is gonna be coming home to deal finally with the nonsense. Otherwise... I kind of think he maybe could have been actually leaving the boats on the other side and just kind of like handling it this way anyway at home. Maybe he's doing it in a bit more unnecessarily complicated way, but hopefully he knows what he's doing. As all the way to the top flank. No, the army getting a bit stronger currently for Momo. Can I be getting INARs upgraded? Oh, the INARs, sorry, Frost Giants. So I mean, like Momo, that's a bit of a thing for him. He keeps to be having, or he keeps having so much gold extra that he doesn't need. For some reason, I don't know why. Almost as if he were playing Egyptian or whatnot. He usually, of course, is able to spend it, but nonetheless, that still means he could be playing theoretically a bit more effectively. So, of course, all the way to the south, he's gonna be apparently switching into food here. Snowbell, the gold, at this point, he does have a bit, so he needs to be apparently juggling when he needs the gold, when he needs actually some extra food. No, but Momo is going for another side build, and that's gonna be the attempt on not necessarily Mythical Age, but much more importantly, Fortified DC, and even trying to get the new one, which at this point doesn't entirely give him too much. As you can see right now, he has scouted the left gold mine, so therefore the villagers already left the position. As obviously they knew that the raiding is gonna become, or is gonna be coming soon. No, and there's the underworld. Exactly into gold. But it looks like that actually Max Train, aka Shelty, was waiting for him pretty well. You can see right now Thermfrost Giants are gonna be probably able to help here well enough, as only Hiron is not gonna be able to right now handle this in time, as the villagers really fighting. Sure, I don't have too much of a problem with that. And it looks to me that if you're gonna be able to single out and snipe the Huron, then quite probably this should be somewhat actually manageable, as Shelty is even having a bit of a mini Ragnarok. Send it even the woodies here from the right to help out. See, well, he didn't entirely have that much of an army anywhere nearby, and he frankly doesn't have any kind of army in the first place. 95 pop limit against 118. And he's trying to desperately still finish that settlement as well. But currently it looks to be at least somewhat successful. Underworld Passage is gonna be gone, and that means that the gold and also the TC are gonna be staying secure. And we're back on the water, by the way, as it's gonna be there for right now. Momo trying to fight it in the end. He is gonna be trying to have a fight for it. Of course, right now the arrows of the Alpha are still... I mean, like, please pick up both of these relics. They're actually both pretty nice. Would have been really sweet. Second TC down, as also for Momo from a bit earlier. Hendax and Pickaxe, no, and the armies, we were just gonna mention that a bit earlier, that we do have quite a nice pop limit better for Momo so far. So this right now with the upgrades not even being like too great, we still don't have, for example, medium throwing axemen, and that means that this is gonna be heavily relying on the Frost Giants, which frankly is something that could legitimately work, because you don't have any heroes available for Mr. Momo. He's having nothing here, and he's... Okay, I mean, like, he doesn't have farms, so not sure about the husbandry currently. Not sure about that one, but yep, Frost Giants at this point just really carrying quite a bit hard. But still the 83 pop limit is quite a bit sad, with 28 villagers for Shelty. He's just not entirely able to match right now the Echo for Momo, who is at 44. Fishing boats are gonna be at least currently the same. But just like the normal is not unfortunately working out too well for him. And there's gonna be Achilles helping out. That means one Frost Giant dead, the second is gonna be also dying right after. And that's gonna be down to only one, and that's of course where it's gonna be a lot more impossible to defend, having only two left. And the archers, of course, and even with Huron upwards, it's gonna be probably more and more of a complicated gold gathering currently for the Willies, which currently could be still going south here. As you can see, even Momo is trying to steal from him in there, which is gonna be in the end just like a next level of scouting the gold for when Shelty is gonna be switching into it. Nobody can say now the pop limit is basically non-existence for Shelty. So even if you would be right now trying to really fight, you'll be having quite heavy losses because of the archers. And that's where the GG is coming. And in the end, maybe Shelty kinda knew why he doesn't want to be playing Midgard against Momo. And that means that Momo will be advancing into the grand finals already of the strongest 1v1 one-day tournament by Shelty. So congratulations. No, and now we are going to be waiting for the Losers Bracket finals. As currently still the Losers Bracket round 4 between Grassengroom and Husksabe, I think is still being played, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, they are right about now, I think in just starting third game. Just gonna be asking if maybe could be switching there soon. Otherwise you'll be having a bit of a break. Okay, yep, don't have right about any kind of answers, so it seems like they are just right now starting into the next game. So we're gonna be at this point waiting for Husksape and Grassengroom to finish. Okay. So I can potentially switch over actually into that one. Yeah, okay, so let's just gonna go here through all of that, and we're gonna be switching into the losers bracket there for 1,000 for and 1,000 baht, like 4,000 more for Momo. Well played, and can see the military count also quite a bit evident. Even though, again, Shelty, hard one to crack. Damn hard one to crack indeed. Good job. But this kind of like the camp on the gold to the right, that was the crucial part of the game for Momo. GG.